Welcome back to the Shivers Report, where you get the most up-to-date real estate information
In the world.
and more specifically in the Pacific Northwest. The Oracle of Omaha has placed his bet, and his bet's on housing.
Okay.
Looking at Berkshire Hathaway's $8.5 billion purchase on Taylor Morrison.
Fourth largest builder in the U.S.
Yeah. What do you think that tells us for the outlook of long-term housing?
Right there. Okay, so Warren Buffett doesn't do anything short-term. He is a long-term thinker. So what he's saying is, okay, his thing was always when there's blood in the streets. I think he said this.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I do things.
Yeah.
And in the housing market right now, there's blood in the streets.
There's blood in the streets.
In commercial, in multifamily, in some areas in residential, not to the extent. So he's making a long-term bet on housing. And specifically, look where Taylor Morrison they build. I believe they build a lot in the South and the Midwest, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so he's banking on housing. So that's a good thing for single family because he is banking on long-term single family. Things are looking good.
Yeah, and like you said, I think the biggest focus is that this is not a 2026 play.
No.
They're looking decades, centuries maybe down the road.
Yeah.
Really with their investments. And I think maybe right now we won't see that. Maybe in the next 5 years we won't see it.
Right.
But 10 years, 20 years,
Yeah.
what is that really going to look like? And it is also in all the noise that we're seeing, all the negativity around real estate, commercial, residential, with what that looks like. I think this is a point in the right direction that is honestly nice to see.
Yeah.
During all this chaos.
You know, I think that I'm a pretty knowledgeable guy in real estate, but it's always good when you see a guy like that, a real guru, a proven track record, making a bet like that. That is something I'm sure a lot of the other builders were like, okay.
What do you think the bet is that they're seeing on that?
They just believe that it's the American dream. It's not dead. That's what they're betting on. And they're looking at decades, centuries of growth. They believe that single-family homes, especially in certain areas, will be attractive. Now, again, I think it would be interesting. I haven't really looked at. I think Taylor Morrison is kind of a mid-level builder because they're not. So it would be interesting, kind of their take on what type of homes in the future, because, you know, we have our domestic migration growth for people. I mean, younger people are not having as many kids.
Yeah.
So that's going to change the long-term population growth, right? And if our current administration's policies of less migration continue, that's also a thing you have to take in consideration. But those guys look at all of that.
Everything.
They see
I mean, they have teams and teams and
hundreds
teams that
and hundreds.
Yes, that are underwriting what this deal looks like and why it makes sense.
Yeah. So the long-term outlook, when you see a move like that, I'll bet with Mr. Buffett.
People are also saying, though, I mean, it's Greg Abel's first major move, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that would be something that people would say, this isn't Buffett making the decision, but you already know that he has his hands in the entire process still to this day.
100%.
He's going to be like you when you're 85 years old, still trying to sling deals.
Yeah, and Abel, I don't see a lot of ego. I mean, of course there's ego, but you don't see a ton of ego coming out of Berkshire Hathaway as much. So I think those guys know what they're doing.
They're kind of like the old, those high school teams or those college teams that they have a coach that just doesn't put up with BS.
Yeah.
And it's just go in and tear your face off.
Yeah, go in and make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No flash or glam.
Yeah.
And obviously with this purchase, I mean, that's not flash and glam right now.
No. The housing, and then they're holding a ton of cash.
A ton of cash.
So.
Yeah. It's interesting because you can never, there's no crystal ball. I mean, for some, because they've been holding cash since before this last run up from 45,000 to now the S&P's at 51.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're still holding that big bag of cash. So you never know. Yeah. We wish we all had a crystal ball. We'd be rich.
But housing in the long term, still, it's a place for people to live, and it's still the American dream.
Still the American dream. Thanks for tuning in to the Shivers Report. If you have any questions about real estate in the Pacific Northwest,
we have you covered.